everyone, it's David Barnett here and with investlocalbook.com and my new exit planning course, how to get out of my business.com. I've got a question here today. It's sort of a topic of discussion, but it's why business owners, when you sell, you need to get the price right, your asking price. Let me give you an example. When I was a business broker for over 3 years, I would get people all the time come in and they would say, hey, I want to sell my business. And I would say, great. The first thing I have to do is an evaluation. And I would do what was called a most probable selling price evaluation. I still do them today for consulting clients. I would then meet back with that business owner and I would say, look, here are all the factors considered. And here's some examples of other people who've recently bought businesses like yours. And this is what your business is going to sell for. Let's say it was $275,000. And then the business owner would say, no, my financial planner says that I need $500,000. Okay? Never thinking that what they need has actually nothing to do with what the business is worth. So then I would explain to them, what you need has got nothing to do with what it's worth. If you need more money, then maybe you can't afford to retire right now. Maybe you need to keep operating the business. Now, here's the problem. Some business brokers would say to the person, okay, you want $500,000? Let's ask $550,000. Now, it's a business worth $275,000 and it has an asking price of $550,000. I wouldn't take those listings when I was operating my brokerage. I would tell them, you know what, you can list it for $325,000 or I don't want the listing. Here's why. When you overprice a business and you try to get way more than what the business is actually worth, what the cash flow will support, what happens is you miss out on what I call the reasonable buyers. The reasonable buyers are people who are thinking people who've educated themselves. Maybe they've even taken my businessbuyeradvantage.com program. And they know what a business should be worth. And if they see a business that's worth $275,000 with an asking price of $310,000, they know that there's a negotiation that's going to take place. They know the seller has left room for a back and forth negotiation. That's fine. The reasonable buyer is going to make an offer, discuss with the seller. They're going to pursue that opportunity. When a reasonable buyer sees someone with a $275,000 business who's asking $550,000, what they think is that the person who's selling has no idea what they're doing, and they would be right. And they believe that the seller is an unreasonable person. And they know that it's difficult to negotiate or have any kind of reasonable relationship with an unreasonable person. And so what they end up doing is they might watch the business and wait for the price to come down, but they don't engage with the seller. And so what ends up happening is that seller who's got the crazy overinflated price never gets to meet the reasonable buyers. But you know who he does get to meet? The unreasonable buyers. And what I mean by unreasonable are the people out there who are just lowballing everyone trying to get a fish to bite the hook, to take the bait, so to speak. So an unreasonable buyer is someone who goes into the market and simply bids way low on everything, hoping to find a desperate seller who's willing to talk to anybody. So the unreasonable buyer, if they see a business that might be worth $275,000 with an asking price of $310,000, they might come in and offer $150,000 or $200,000. But that's okay, because that seller is also talking to reasonable buyers. So they don't need to take the bait. The unreasonable seller who's asking $550,000, that unreasonable buyer is still going to come in and lowball them at $150,000 or $200,000. And that's the only kind of buyer the unreasonable seller is going to meet. And he's going to spend all of his time talking with these guys, and some of them have money and some of them don't, and some of them are just tire kickers and some of them are just wasting your time. The reasonable buyer is the person with money and purpose and motivation and drive, and they have sound thinking and they've educated themselves. They're not going to pay double of what a business is worth. They just won't. That's why, as a seller, it's important to get proper advice on what your business is actually worth before you put an asking price on it. I do most probable selling price evaluations today for my clients around the world, and I'd be more than happy to do one for you. So if you're thinking about selling a business, you need to get the price right, and you need to work with someone who can help you set the proper price and show you why your business is worth what it's worth, so that you can have that intelligent conversation with a potential buyer that comes along. And hopefully it's a reasonable buyer with money and purpose and motivation and desire. Anyway, thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you later. Don't forget to go to my website, investlocalbook.com, sign up for my email list. Everyone on my email list gets to enjoy my videos before everyone else. Thanks, and we'll talk to you next time.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. That's great. Don't forget, visit www.investlocalbook.com. Sign up for my email list. It's right down here under the welcome video. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.